What up, survivors? Welcome to D180, the horror movie podcast, taking you on a ride. Thanks for riding with us. I'm AJ.
I'm Janae.
And I'm Brittany.
And we are moving forward with our third movie in September. And every time I get sadder and sadder because I'm like, damn, we about to close the park. But don't fear, we just gonna have a good time. We just gonna act like, the park not closing in 2 more rides, but it's fine. We are taking a ride on, just to say it twice, on 2012's Would You Rather. Every movie this month includes a game that you cannot tap out of, so don't be a wimp.
Listen, y'all, I actually got it right this time. You can keep up with us on our socials at D180 Podcast on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And if you want the exclusive drops, if you want those exclusive drops, you should join us on Patreon. All links can be found in the show notes below.
So this movie is currently streaming on Prime for a little price. Plex. And if you were here last episode, you saw Janae and Brittany just argue over who was going to say what. But if you don't remember, I'm pretty sure it was somewhere else too.
IFC and AMC Plus.
There.
And listen, y'all, if you don't have IFC Unlimited and you like indie films, you should probably get it. They have a lot of movies.
Triggers. All right. Sorry, y'all, but there is a potential sexual assault in this movie. Some unaliving, and torture.
Yeah, this movie is 2012. So as we talked about with a few of our movies this month, honestly, it was just soft. But this was pretty much the tail end of the torture porn era. But this movie often gets highlighted, or it often gets recognition for its restraint in the torture porn, because most of it you don't see, but that's due to the budget. But we can talk about that a little bit later. Let's go right ahead and get into
Park recommendations.
This really ain't a park recommendation because I would have been saying the same movies that I've been saying all month. But I am going to say a show that I've already brought up before, because this movie is this show down to a T, down to the very end. Squid Games. Like, oh my goodness, I'm not going to hit the spoiler button yet, but if you've seen this movie and you've seen Squid Games, literally beat for beat for beat, it's the same thing.
I still haven't seen that show. It's on my list, but I haven't gotten around to it.
Oh, wow.
Mr. Hype.
Right.
Y'all gotta know this movie is one of my personal faves, because on my letterbox it's on the movies to know me. But Val.
It is? Oh, I thought you was talking about Would You Rather. I was like, it is?
No, it's Val being on one of the movies to know me. I watched it all the time when I was pissed off at Jose. That'd be like my go-to movie. I just cut it on.
I'm gonna leave it alone. That's the movie with the pliers and the tooth, ain't it?
Mm-hmm. It's the movie that has the soundtrack that for some reason I love it, even though nobody really likes it because it don't fit nothing that's happening in the movie. But that's why I enjoy the music off of Val, because it doesn't match the vibe. It's like this cheery, upbeat music while everybody's getting tortured.
I've never seen the movie, but I always see the movie on, I want to say Netflix, because I know the cover art. I just always see the pliers holding the tooth, and I'm like, damn, that's a little fucked up. Because hell no.
Holding on to that movie for a long ass time, and all of a sudden it disappeared, and you had to go find it. I think it was on Tubi.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's probably on Tubi. Netflix does that a lot. Like, it's a lot of movies. I'm like, oh, when we cover it, it'll be on there. Then we go there, and I'm like, all right, y'all just want to make room for all y'all originals, and I feel it, but dang, y'all originals ain't even all that, but whatever. Survivors, if you have any park recommendations that fit today's ride, let us know on our Twitter or down in the DMs. Was this a first watch for you too?
For me, yes.
No. I had seen this before. I don't know when I saw it, but Oh, I think Jose played it for me because a lot of the torture porn genre, me and Jose was watching because that might have been the beginning of our relationship or something shit like that.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That sounds fitting.
Because I know when we stayed in the first apartment together, he put me on Vile, and I think around that time he also put me on Would You Rather, or maybe it was a couple years later.
I don't exactly remember when I saw this. I had to be in college though. And obviously, I had to be in college because I know it was fairly new-ish. But I just know I was baffled at this entire thing. I was sitting there watching this and I'm thinking like, dang, well, what would I do? What would Jesus do? What would Tony Todd do?
I'd have
I
drowned.
don't know. We can talk about that later because This one is directed by David Guy Levy and written by Steven. I'm not going to even say his last name because, baby, it ain't going to work. Yeah. Produced by David Guy Levy and Zach Kilberg, Mara Anderson. They basically took a minute with this little thing. They had like a script, but it took them like maybe I think like a couple months to a year to come up with half the script. And then they got like $500,000 and they was like, I bet cool, we got to go forward with it. So they just went for it. And it was all shot, obviously, in one place in Los Angeles. Our main cast is Brittany Snow as Iris. This is her second appearance as the Park. The first one was in episode 81 in Ty West X. Jeffrey Combs as Shepard Lambrick. And look, I'm going to say this now. I'm pretty sure y'all have no idea who this man is.
He was in House on the Haunted Hill. He was in a bunch of other stuff too. I know him more from like non-horror movies though.
This man is horror royalty. This is Dr. Herbert West from the freaking Reanimator franchise. And I love that franchise. It actually could
I have
have.
never seen Reanimator.
I mean, you wouldn't. But he, like him in this role, so he was in Star Wars. What the fuck was he in? He was in something. And when they gave him this script, he was like, no, 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 no. I'm doing this. This is some sinister shit. And I'm feeling it and I like it. And he does such a good job with this role. Like this movie, obviously it's not top tier, it's not cream of the crop. But he makes this movie worth it because you hate this man in this movie. But he is just reveling in these people's torture. And I just love it. It's so different from his character in the Reanimator series, but horror royalty there. You got Johnny Coyne as Bevins, Lawrence Gillard Jr. as Dr. Barden. I'm pretty sure you guys have no idea who this is either because you guys don't watch The Wire. This is D'Angelo Barksdale, and I was just like, oh my goodness. He has like a baby face here, but he looks the same, but he still has a baby face here. Logan Miller as Raleigh. This is his second appearance in the park. His first.
I didn't even realize that was fucking Ben.
Yeah, his first was 2 episodes back in Escape Room. Then we have Ember Gojak as Lucas, Sasha Grey as Amy.
Not Sasha Grey, but Ember. Why the whole entire movie I was looking at him and I'm like, isn't it that nigga from One Tree Hill? I was wrong. I was thinking he was James Lafferty the whole entire time.
Oh, wow. I'm like, Is Sasha Grey as Amy? And I'm gonna say this: if you know her,
you're nasty.
Let me go ahead and tell you. I was watching this, and Jose was watching it with me. He was like, "She's a porn star," and I was like, "Huh?"
Nasty.
He was like, "She's a porn star," and I was like, of course, I would have never seen her because I only do Twitter porn. So I was like, I have never seen her before. And he was like, I promise you look her up, you'll find her. And I've learned not to argue with him because he be knowing people dead on. And lo and behold, yes, she was a sex worker. And I was like, wow.
Yeah, her face looked extremely familiar. I didn't know from where, but I was like, she looked familiar.
Not both of y'all know her.
I didn't know her. Jose knew her.
The late John Hurd as Conway, best known as Kevin's daddy. but also Heather and Megan's daddy in White Chicks. And you guys, I don't know if you've seen this movie, but it's one of my top 20 nonsense movies. Actually, maybe top 10 if we're talking about nonsense movies. But Chud is my shit.
I have
Cole,
never heard that.
girl, I should torture you for no reason. I should just make you watch it. But Cole, girl, you know we here with that movie. That's our shit. Cause cannibal humanoids from the underground. That's all I gotta say. Anyway, Charlie Hoffenmeyer as Travis, Eddie Steeples as Cal. I know Cal from like a lot of random shit. I just see this man everywhere. I'm like, oh, he has a familiar face, but I couldn't tell you where he's from. But the most random thing that he's from, and I know y'all, if y'all ain't seen this movie, I'm gonna be very, very mad. I Know Who Killed Me
You know I ain't seen that.
with Lindsay Lohan.
You know I seen that movie.
I have not
Jonay.
seen it.
What? That was like a big deal in that job just because it was Lindsay Lohan in a horror movie, and everybody's like, "Oh my god!" And it was what it was.
What year did that come out?
2007, I think.
That's why I ain't see that shit.
June Squibb as Linda. I want to say she's from Shameless, but I don't watch that show, so I'm so sorry.
She's also Melinda's grandma on Ghost Whisperer.
I don't know.
See, now you know how we feel.
But no, but it's not just that. She's also in a lot of things. She's in a lot of things.
My mom watches Ghost Whisperer, but I'd be like, girl.
Yeah, outside of Ghost Whisperer, she's in a lot of movies and TV shows as someone's mama or grandma. I can't name a lot of stuff, but she is everywhere.
Yeah, I can see that. I seen her list, but it was like, oh, she has a long history. She's like 92, 93. I'm like, girl, you better go ahead. I know that's right. Robin Lord Taylor as Julian Lambrick, otherwise known as Will Bettelheim from You. I was like, oh, that's the nigga in the box. But
he's best known as the Penguin from Gotham because that's all I can see when I fucking look at that nigga. And just based off of that, I knew he was gonna be a problem.
What'd you say, Brittany?
He didn't have the walk. The penguin walk. Yeah. Surprisingly, I knew both of these references. I know both Gotham. And you, of course I know You. Y'all, they just finished production on season 4. I don't know how it's gonna be.
I'm telling you.
I seen a lot of not a lot, but I did see when he was filming because somebody was taking pictures and put it on Twitter because
are you talking about Gotham or are you talking about You?
You.
Oh.
They were taking pictures of Joe.
Well, I was saying
from their dorm.
If they touch Miss Mama's, I'm not gonna be happy. I'm not gonna be happy. I don't want to think about it because she don't deserve. Joe don't deserve her, so I hope she just gets smart and just like.
She left, and then he found her.
I know.
At this point, he does deserve her.
No. That's
Listen,
not how that works. I know we root for Joe, and I root for Joe too. But when it comes to a black girl, no.
I don't root for Joe anymore. You know why I don't root for Joe anymore.
Girl, you will be okay. You will be okay.
No, I'm not okay, y'all. I was not okay. I don't like it. I don't appreciate it. I hope my bitch rises from the dead.
You will be okay. Rob Wells as Peter. With that being said, I'm ready to torture my co-host in this queue line. So let's go right ahead and get to it.
Step in line. Your number is near. Follow the signs. Your time is here.
Usually, the norm, we pull a quiz, we do the quiz. That's it. I said, you know what? Fuck that. Okay? I'm sick of it. I'm tired of the quiz. I am sick of it. So I decided to make up my own game. I'm going to be Jigsaw today, and we are going to play D180 Would You Rather. All right. First things first. Jonay, heads or tails?
Tails.
All right. Jonay, you are going to be even numbers. Brittany, you're going to be odd numbers. So, Brittany, you are up first. 10 questions, so that's 5 each. You have to answer one. You cannot pass. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Brittany, there is a car battery in a room with you. Would you rather shock your nipples or shock that monkey?
I'm taking the nipples.
Define monkey.
Your vagina.
Oh. The only reason why I say that is because
You ain't heard the TLC song? Shock that monkey, shock it good.
No. But there's there's a song called Shake That Monkey. So whenever I hear monkey, I'm thinking of
vagina.
No, I'm thinking of booty because the SG Rose Shake That Monkey. You know?
The song was talking about vagina.
I'm always there for Shake That Monkey though. I love it when they go. I'll be right there.
Johnny, would you rather scoot your bare ass across glass, shattered glass, or hot coals?
Coals.
It singe the vagina.
No. You don't have to singe. Tilt.
On hot coals, you're scraping your ass on coals. You're scooting your bare ass on hot coals.
Yeah. You don't have to touch your vagina. You don't have to touch your vagina.
Oh, baby, no, that ain't gonna work.
Brittany, would you rather wear a person's retainer or their soiled Depends for 24 hours?
I guess their retainer.
That's gross.
Well, I mean, the other one, you're gonna get a yeast infection and some more shit. So, I mean, it depends on what you want to do.
Yeah, I mean, either or you're fucked, but Johnny, would you rather eat vomit and live or eat shit and live?
2 girls, 1 cup.
Vomit.
Brittany, would you rather be caught in a reverse bear trap or in the razor wire box?
Oh, the reverse bear trap. I'll have no problem cutting out somebody's stomach.
Johnny, would you rather get lost deep in space or deep down to the bottom of the sea?
Space.
That's fucked up.
You could just go up if you're in the ocean.
When you're that far down,
you just go down.
It's gonna take you a while to get back to the top, very top. Mm-hmm. And then you can't just shoot up because the pressure. That's why you ever watch them deep sea diving videos and they be having them long ass instructions, especially when you be watching these movies. Oh.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of underwater. Like, as long as you got a little escape pod, you'll be fine. And if not, there's always a way to make sure you're okay. This is about general unaliving. You could just take your helmet off and then you're free.
Let's start. Would you rather...
Yeah, I'm convinced that there's aliens in space, so somebody's gonna find me.
Would you rather be buried alive or burned alive?
Well, I was so blinking like, buried.
Couldn't do it. Just burn me. Johnny, would you rather stab yourself in the throat or stab Brittany in the throat?
I'll stab Brittany.
That was an easy question because I would have stabbed you.
Right. I stabbed somebody in middle school. Same shit.
Brittany, would you rather be in the middle of the human centipede or at the end of the human centipede?
Them both shitty ass places. I guess I'd rather be
it. Johnny, every time you eat, it tastes like BO. Or would you rather have BO that you can't smell, but everyone else can?
What does BO taste like? Onions?
I don't know what body odor tastes like. Body odor smell like different things. Depend on the person. I just know it smell like bounce the fuck out of that ass. I
If
don't
it's
know if y'all
onions, I'll
seen that
take the
TikTok yet,
onions.
but well, it seems like you two are pretty nihilistic because none of you gave a fuck about shit. So survivors, let us know what you would rather do on our Twitters or down in the DMs. Other than that, let's go right ahead and take a ride on 2012's Would You Rather.
Iris Shepard Lambert.
Dr. Barton's told me much about you. Your brother, he's quite sick.
You can help him.
I'm hosting a dinner party tomorrow night, and I'd like you to join us. I mean, there'll be other guests there, people who just haven't received a fair shake in life. And the evening will culminate with a game.
A contest.
Each player will be given a choice between A or B. What the hell is this? Decision-making in its rawest form. Would you rather electrocute yourself?
Oh, no, I see where this is going.
Or
I don't think I can do this either.
15 seconds. Go.
No. No, I can't do this.
You must make the decision. It's the game.
What the fuck is the matter with you people?
Would you rather?
You sick fuck!
Light the fuse!
Don't do this. Please don't do this.
Can I stab her anywhere?
This trailer pretty much fits the type of movie it is. You can
Chaotic.
tell it's well, no, that's not what I was gonna say. I was gonna say that it's low budget. It just follows the simple standard outline of a commercial, or not a commercial, a trailer. But
For me, the trailer seemed chaotic.
I like the dramatic music and sound effects.
I don't feel a way towards it. But the thing is, you kind of, it kind of lays the breadcrumbs out enough for you that you pretty much know what's going on. You don't know how far things are going to go, but
Right.
Iris is in the middle of an interview. She's been doing this for a while as she's caring for her sick brother, Raleigh, due to their parents being gone. They need money to afford the cost of his treatment for leukemia, and naturally, Riley feels bad that his sister has to spend her life taking care of him, even though she is stressed. That's her brother, and she gonna step about him. Riley's oncologist, Dr. Barden, introduces Iris to Shepard Lambrick, who is eating pistachios in the cut and just throwing the shells on the couch right next to him. Lambrick is a philanthropist who heads the Lambrick Foundation that manages schools and hospitals in third world countries. He offers her a deal, and if she wins a parlor game at this dinner party that he's hosting, he will pay for Raleigh's treatment and use his foundation's influence to shortlist a bone marrow donor for him. Of course, Iris questions this because, excuse me. Dr. Barton says that, he had done the same thing and this helped him plenty. Once Iris agrees to the party and leaves, Dr. Barton almost instantly switches his tone, feeling bad for what he just did. However, Lambrick ain't trying to hear that shit and just throw some cash at him.
You say pistachios, it reminds me of the way that my dad says spaghetti.
What, pistachios?
Yeah, because he says spaghetti.
Yeah, I say it right when I want to. You couldn't put them in your hand. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
they
it
were
was
sitting on the
tissue
couch. That was
there.
nasty.
And I mean, it's symbolic for later, but still, I'm just have some decorum.
Yeah, he talking about his son having some decorum, but he ain't even got shit himself.
Okay, the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree.
I know we ain't got there yet, but that was so confusing to me because he kept telling him check your sarcasm, blah 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 blah. But you're being sarcastic. You're not being an objective host.
I'm just like, well, I mean, I don't see why you're surprised by his behavior. You're acting clearly okay.
Acting the exact same way, so I don't see why you have a problem with him. Honestly, until the last part, he was funnier.
I I don't know if I would have went. Like I know we need the money and never like this girl don't went on like 3 damn interviews. She would never get that money because that procedure is like 60 something. She ain't getting that money no time soon. So her brother just would have been doomed from jump. But still, I just would have been like, this sound very sus, so I don't think I'm gonna participate in these games. And then it's just like, I don't know, the way that it was presented to me, that would make me not want to do it either. Because you already got this man here, so you done told him this already, and he was like, "Oh, well, I can help her if she play a game." Like, what? That
Yeah,
don't sound
that's
fishy to you?
yeah, weird. I
Well,
mean, it did
apparently,
sound fishy to her because she ain't want. She was like, "What the fuck is this?"
But
apparently,
she
I'm
did.
dumb
But I'm
because I would have
saying,
did it.
like, even after asking, I would have been like, I'm good.
Oh, I would have did it.
No, I don't think I would have, because this would have been one of them situations where I've been like, oh yeah, I'm gonna come. Well, never mind. I guess you can't do that because the following day, Iris is picked up and taken to the Lambrick estate. She is the last to arrive and introduced to Lucas and Cal. She looks around and sees the other contestants: Linda, a paralyzed elderly woman; Peter, a gambling addict; Amy, Conway, an alcoholic; and Travis, a war vet. As dinner is almost ready, Bevins, the butler of the estate, confiscates everyone's phone. So I was about to say, see, I just wouldn't have showed up, but since you sending cards for people, I ain't got no choice. But see, that's why you got to say no.
I mean, there's a method to the madness.
At dinner, Lambert greets everyone and introduces his son, Julian. A steak and foie gras dinner is served, but Iris, a vegetarian, initially declines to eat it. Shepard then offers her $10,000 to compromise her principles. She reluctantly accepts his offer and eats the steak. When Shepard realizes Conway is a recovering alcoholic, he offers him $10,000 to drink a glass of wine. When Conway declines, Shepard offers him $50,000 to drink an entire decanter of scotch, which Conway accepts. Both times, Lambert taunts Iris and Conway for folding at the chance of money. I'm just okay. First of all, you didn't have to do that. You already made me do something I didn't want to do. You ain't had to rub salt in the wound after that. Like, damn. But Conway drinking the bottle broke my heart because he really ain't want to do it. Like, even for 10,000, he wasn't finna do it. Like, but for 50,000, I might shake that ass. But no, still, I was sad.
How my whole thing was how Bevins knew what he was gonna say before he says it. Because Bevins sure enough put the money down and the decanter down before Lambrick even started to mention it.
I'm sure this is not the first time at the rodeo. Like the
They do
way
this
that
every
all of
year.
this, right? Yeah, this is just well, oh shit, you ain't seen Squid Games. They do this. This is not the first, and like we said, Dr. Barden has done this before. Like Bevins, he's Jeffrey from Fresh Prince. He already know. Like when they went to the pool hall and Uncle Phil was acting like he couldn't play pool. And then he was like, Jeffrey, Lucille. And then Jeffrey was already cracking it out before he even said it. Like, the butlers be knowing. They be on that. After dinner ends, Shepard gives the guests an opportunity to leave if they wish, and when none do so, the game begins. Shepard reveals it to be a version of the party game Would You Rather, in which players must choose between two options. However, this ain't your regular Would You Rather party game. Bevins, who Lambert reveals was a former M15 agent, wheels in an electric shock machine. Conway attempts to leave, but is shot dead right on the spot. The remaining contestants immediately learn how serious the game is and realize that they can only win the game if they are the last surviving player. The first round is played by having two contestants connected to a shock machine. One person decides whether they should shock themselves or the other person. The contestants take turns making the difficult decision, and the round ends like this. Cal has to choose between himself and Amy. He chooses himself. Amy has to choose between herself and Linda and doesn't even fucking let Lambert finish the options before she shocks Linda. Linda has to choose between her and Peter, and she chooses Peter because clearly this lady cannot take another shock. Travis has to choose between himself and Lucas, but Lucas says, shock me, I could do it, I got it. So Travis does. Lucas now having to choose between himself and Iris, and again, decides to shock himself. Thinking that the round is over, Iris has to choose between herself and Cal. And since Cal had already shocked himself, she feels bad. So she goes ahead and takes the shock. And now no one is eliminated. So the reactions they had were real. David Guy Levy actually had a taser on set, and he would just set it off when they were getting shot. Well, when they were supposed to be acting, because the sound obviously is added in post. So they're just pretending to get shocked. Except for Cal, who actually willingly let them like shock him a little bit. Like to prep for this scene, he was like letting them shock him with the taser. So his reaction was actually real. Everyone else's was just reaction to the taser sound that was going off on set.
I was gonna say, Bevan's shooting Conway got me completely off guard.
As it should. I like how soon as it happens, all the music just drowns out there. And this is why I kind of like some, not all, low production things, because they don't have all the bells and whistles. So a lot of times, like we talked about with Saw, you get a lot of not even happy accidents, because this isn't an accident, but the way that the sound just goes out the room, you just hear the ringing, and it's not even like a clear ring. It's pretty staticky, but at that moment, you just like, oh yeah, you feel what everyone else feels, like this is real. I was sad to see him go. He already, first of all, you done got $50,000 to drink this whole decanter, and now you can't even do nothing with it. Because they ain't about to send it to your family for the funeral. So
That's what I'm saying. You should have just took your shit and left.
see, and I was wondering, my thing is, I was wondering, would they actually leave though? Like, yeah, he said you can leave, but was that really gonna be that easy? I doubt it. It couldn't have been that easy. The fuck?
I feel like it would have, only because he was like, but the game technically hadn't even started yet, so he was letting them go. And then game over now. He locked in.
I hear you, but I don't believe it. Something would have happened, like something would have happened, like more than the NDA. Something like, I don't know if he would have had eyes on him for the rest of the time, or maybe it would have been a catch with that money. I just know, like, Lambert, he gives me sleazy. Something is gonna come from that. Like,
I just think you couldn't have left. The moment you could leave is before they took your cell phone. Once they took your cell phone, you was stuck. That's like when you give your ID. There's nothing you can do anymore. You have to stay here. So once dinner started,
that was the game. Yeah, I'm like, that's it at that point. I just feel like, nah, you locked in. After the game, some of the contestants try to figure out an escape plan. Soon as a heated argument occurs between Travis and Julian, after Julian taunts everyone for choosing to be there for money, the second round begins, and the room is covered in plastic tarp a la an American Psycho. In the second round, each contestant has 30 rounds to choose between stabbing the person next to them in the thigh with an ice pick or whipping someone 3 times with a jambok. Iris is the first and has to choose between stabbing Cal or whipping Travis. She and Lucas both choose to whip Travis out of fear of killing someone by stabbing them in the wrong part of their thigh. When it's Travis's turn, he can stab Lucas or again get stabbed. And I'm like, what the heck? He's like, what the heck? This isn't fair. Travis chooses to be whipped by Bevins, who has immaculate form because he's been doing this for years. Ultimately, Travis is badly injured, and Peter, knowing that he won't survive another lashing, stabs Linda in the leg because she can't feel anything technically, but he hits the femoral artery and she dies shortly after revenge stabbing Amy, who just Amy deserved it. Anyway, Amy is giving the choice to either whip Travis or choose a player to stab. She chooses to stab Iris, but in the side instead of the thigh. And thanks to Lucas, who diagnoses that, she didn't hit not the thigh. She didn't hit the lung, so you good, girl. Just cover it, put some pressure on it. So she good for now. But Cal then chooses to whip Travis enough to have him incapacitated and removed from the game. First of all, I'm just so glad that they were smart enough not to have Cal get whipped, because I would have cut the movie off. I'd have been like, oh, no. See, we not doing this. This is not what we doing today.
Listen, sometimes you just gotta keep your mouth shut.
As far as who?
Travis.
Yeah, Travis had that coming. Sorry, not sorry. Should shut the fuck up. But I am glad that Granny got to head on out that way because she was scared. She was terrified, and I hate when old people are scared.
Amy, ma'am, what's the problem? Like, what is the problem? Like, what did this lady do to you? And I understand, like, everybody's playing with strategy, but Amy, that was a little hater based. Not even hater. That was just hate based. Like, no, she really didn't. Like, you knew what type of game this was. Like, you did not have to hit her like that. You also ain't have to stab Iris like that. Like, what was the point? Like, and the whole time Lambrick is just reveling, and he's like, oh, ooh, didn't think you were gonna do that. Like, he's just having fun with this whole entire thing. Lucas causes a distraction and everyone except Amy attempts to escape the room. Cal charges at Lambrick with the jump buck after wrestling one of the guards. Lucas attacks the guards. Peter chases Julian under the table and Ira stabs a guard and escapes. After Lambrick shoots and kills Cal, the others surrender. Lambrick sends Bevins and Julia after Iris, and Julia finds her first and tries to SA her against his dad's wishes, and attempts to, as I said, yeah. She stabs him in the thigh with the ice pick. This movie has a lot of thigh trauma, so I don't know yet, but I feel like I want to title this movie 5-Piece Thigh. I don't know, something like that, because what the fuck was going on with thighs in this movie? But anyway, Dr. Barden, who has had second thoughts about sending Iris to, the Lambrick estate, finally breaks into the estate to save her. Before they can escape, Bevins kills Dr. Barden and escorts Iris back to the game. Lambrick sends Julian to his room like a little 5-year-old boy for the remainder of the game and personally apologizes to Iris for his son's behavior by making excuses for him. Like, we don't care that your mama ain't been here, boy.
This scene was chaotic. I'm glad Cal was also taken out because I really don't want to see one of us drowned. That really bothers me. So I'm glad he didn't have to have that. And then also, the doctor was useless. They could have saved their time by not having him in there.
I just feel like, first of all, you shouldn't have even came over. You should have just started 69 the police, went to somebody else's house, called the police so they wouldn't know it was you, and just let them handle it. You know the address. You know what info to give. It was no point in you going over there.
Yeah, that was pointless. That was a waste of everything.
I also love the I don't know if you two know about this, but there's a Hitchcock reference in there. Hitchcock does this thing where usually you see, and I think they made like a little thing where it's him, but there's like a shadow and you just see the shadow coming and you don't know what it is or who it is, and then you see the person. But I thought that was cute. I absolutely love the way they did it. The third round begins with each player having 30 seconds to choose to be submerged underwater in a barrel for 2 minutes, or a mystery task written on a card that is placed in front of them. Peter chooses a card which requires him to light an M80, and when he does and it explodes, it blows up his fingers, but that's not what kills him. He actually pulls a Child's Play 3 and dies from a heart attack. Lucas's card asks for him to slit his own eyeball open, and he does, and he survives, but now he can't see. Iris chooses the barrel and survives, and good thing she did because her card was going to have her get all her teeth extracted from her mouth, and you know they was not going to use any type of anesthesia for that shit. Amy, who was a witness to her husband's drowning of their daughter, chooses her card and learns that she must be submerged underwater for 4 minutes, and she drowns. So this is why I say, like, I don't think anybody would have been able to leave, because clearly this man knows things about these people, but they haven't even had to like say stuff to him. Or I mean, at least we don't know. Maybe the people that they have that invited them in the game probably told him things about them. But this whole time, we knew nothing about Amy. And the fact that this lady sat there and watched her husband drown her daughter like this, I ain't with it.
Peter talked too much. Like,
And
he just talked too much. Like, you just going through all your different scenarios and shit. Just do it. You wasting time sitting there talking through shit. Talk too much.
If you're the type of person that gotta talk yourself into something, or like that's the way you're gonna calm yourself down, then I get it. But my whole thing is M80, that ain't nothing to play with. Like I would have had to go to the barrel. I can hold my breath underwater for 2 minutes. That ain't nothing.
The thing was, he was a very bad gambler. Like, clearly, you should have just taken the barrel.
Yeah, no, I just would have took, because I'm not cutting my eye. Fuck that. Even though the eye, like, all you would have had to had done is like cut the white part, but then you would have had to like close your eyes for the rest of the game, because if you move one eye, the other one's gonna move. But I'm not doing that. I just would have took the barrel, because 2 minutes underwater, the thing is, it's because Bevins is pushing them, and that's making them freak out. If you just relax and you just chill, you'll be good. And first of all, Miss Mama's Iris wasn't even under there for 2 minutes. So they kind of cheated for her a little bit, but whatever.
I mean, would they really sit there and make you watch it for 2 minutes?
If they making you do all this, they was finna pull that girl teeth out her mouth. Like, and then they made Amy, okay, obviously we didn't sit there for 4 minutes and watch Amy in a barrel. But
that's what I'm saying.
Oh, you're talking about, you got to expand, because I don't be know what you're talking about. You talking about directorial wise. Okay, I get what you mean.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I didn't understand what you meant at first. I thought you meant like, would they sit there and watch her sit?
No, I meant directorial wise, because yes, I've seen people say, yeah, she wasn't underneath the water for 2 minutes. She was only underneath there for a minute and whatever seconds. Okay, but would the directors really make you sit there and watch it for 2 minutes? Like,
this type of film,
for 2 minutes.
This type of film, this type of subgenre, I can see it. Especially because like this movie is not like it's a lot to it anyway. So why not make it tense and see if she can do it? Or I can see them doing it, but also, like I said, with Amy, we didn't see her sit there for 4 minutes, but also I don't think she made it to 4 minutes either. I don't think she made it to 2. But also the way, okay, so obviously as a swim instructor, as a lifeguard, Amy's not dead. She shouldn't be dead. She should just be unconscious. It takes a few minutes for you to die after you drown. Like, it takes a second. But this is a movie, and movies got a movie. So, yeah.
Yeah, she already didn't have enough accurate breath. She probably was in there swallowing water and shit. And then they didn't do CPR, so.
And that's why I say, like, when you do that, you have to literally, like, you just can't freak out. And the only reason they're freaking out is because Bevins is, like, pushing them down in the water. So even if he is pushing you down in the water, all you have to do is just resist or not resist and just chill out. Like, if you just chill out, you'll be good. Like, don't move, you'll be fine. With only Iris and Lucas in the final round, Iris is given the choice to either shoot and kill Lucas to win the game or spare him, which would result in both of them walking away empty-handed, which I fucking doubt that. But anyway, after some hesitation, Iris just straight up shoots a Lucas in the chest mid-monologue, killing him. Lambert crowns her the champion and gives her a bag full of money, enough to pay for her brother's treatment, pay off all her debt, and let her go back to university. He also explains that a donor has already been located for her brother in Romania. After forcing her to say thank you, she heads home. I didn't think she was going to shoot him. I don't know what I thought was going to happen, but she ain't hesitate. That's a shooter for real.
His prosthetic eye was weird. Like his whole face was lopsided, but I was just thinking, like, did she have to shoot him in the heart? I would have like picked his shoulder or something.
What? Yeah. No, like he has to die. You have to kill him. I don't think he was supposed to live through that because everybody else died. He said you have to exterminate.
Yeah. Like
I did. I was so happy she got him in the middle of his sentence. I was overjoyed. You don't understand. I was like, because he's just trying to buy time. You didn't suffer and go through all of this to leave with nothing. If you do, you're a dumb bitch. Kill him. And she did the perfect time. He was like, I have 3 cysts. Boom.
I think I just wasn't expecting it to, even though we've seen this happen before, but also if she shot him somewhere else that didn't like kill him, they probably would have made her do it again. And I feel like that would have been even worse. You might as well just do it right the first time. But like I said, I don't know if I would have been able to do it. Like, yeah, I didn't get this far, but it's like, damn, I don't want to shoot somebody. Like through this whole game, we see that Iris has been the one that's kind of been like taking it in for herself versus torturing someone else. So I guess because of that, you're not expecting her to just all of a sudden make that 180 and shoot Lucas. Like, and then on the same side, Lucas had been a team player the entire time. He's the one that's like, okay, let's shock ourselves versus stabbing somebody because we might do what Peter did and hit somebody in the wrong thing or da 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 da. So you thinking that they probably gonna keep this little bond together, they gonna walk out there. I still don't think they would have gotten out scotch-free. Like that wasn't gonna happen. They was both gonna, I don't know, get trafficked or something. I don't know. But I just wasn't expecting for it. Like he was there for her the entire time. But money make you do something a little funny. So when Iris arrives home, she showers the night off and discovers Raleigh has committed unaliving by overdosing on pills while she was out, as he could really not just stand the fact that he was a burden on her and she couldn't have her own life, meaning there was literally no point in her playing this game. What the hell? Talk about a bleak ending. And her just screaming, what did you do? What did you do? That sent me. And especially watching this now, because one of my past teammates, this happened to her boyfriend. Obviously, she ain't play no Would You Rather game, but this happened to her boyfriend. And I just remember hearing her telling us about that. And this is the first thing I thought of when she told us that. But I can't imagine that being a thing. Like, I just can't.
I knew as soon as she walked in the house that he was dead.
When he didn't move, I knew he was dead.
I mean, like before she even went in the room, like as soon as she came in the house and put the bag on the chair, I was like, oh, he did.
What made you think that?
The house was too quiet.
He could have been asleep. You was just asleep.
House was too quiet, and I don't know. It made the most sense that he was dead. Like I just knew he was dead.
Because it wasn't to me. I would have figured. My thing is, he would have been the first thing I did when I came in the house. Like if I'm coming in the house, I done been gone all night. It's a.m. when I come in. The first thing I'm gonna do is go find whoever's in the house and let them know I'm here. Like I'm not about to just go straight to the shower and look at shit on the table and all of that. The first thing I'm doing is going for whoever is here with me, looking for them to see where they at and let them know like, hey, I'm back, I'm here, you good, blah, blah, blah. So, oh, poor thing. Poor thing.
I'm going to hell because I thought that I was like, damn, all the money's for you now.
You know what? That thought ran across my head, but I accept those thoughts, those dark thoughts. We all do it. So people who be like, "That's terrible," shut up, because you thought the same thing. It's
Because
okay.
I mean, there's nothing she can do. Unfortunately, she can't bring him back. So what are you gonna do? Go with him?
You can
No,
give him a nice little send off.
no, he's getting cremated. Because I'd be a little low down.
You
Because
can
I'm like,
still. I wanna be cremated. They can still do it nicely.
I don't mean nicely. They're gonna do the autopsy of Jane Doe on that ass. I just want you to be lit the fuck up. I don't know because I went through all this for nothing, and this is my get back. I will talk to you later because I need to get over this hurt. But
Well, that's not his fault. He didn't know she was about to play this game. That's not his fault.
I'm not blaming it on his fault. I said this is something I have to get over. There's no blame on him. That's literally on Brittany. I'm just like, I gotta process this. Ain't shit on you. You still getting put in a nice little vase. You still gonna be on the mantle. Mostly, I don't believe in burials, so let's just go ahead and get that out the way.
Yeah,
I'm just
no.
saying in cremation.
Mm-mm.
I don't want to be trapped in a box, and so I
Please
don't want
don't.
anybody
Yeah.
else to be trapped in one.
Yeah, no. That's just a strange thing to me. I mean, I don't like saying strange, but that's just the concept that I'm not about. I'm not with it.
And don't sprinkle nobody ashes at Disney World. All you do is end up getting swept up and put in the trash. But that's just another day.
Or if you I don't I ain't trying to laugh. It's not funny, but it's a small world. It's hella dead bodies up in there. People be getting on there and just
it's terrible.
I gotta look, I should put it, I don't want to do this, but I be watching videos about like park accidents. Don't ask me why. Don't ask why. But I be watching videos about park accidents, and I got one that was telling me about that. I'll put it in the show notes so y'all can see it because I'm laughing because this is terrible. I have nervous laughter, but
I laugh when I'm in pain. Very odd.
Okay, no, that's something.
So you really don't know I'm hurting. Like whenever I'm in like my fitness class or my stretching shit, I'll start like laughing, like hysterically laughing when I'm getting stretched because it hurts. And they'll think I'm fine. And I'm like, no, it hurts. I'm laughing. I don't know. Out of all the reflexes I have, laughter is mine.
You need to take deep breaths.
And laugh even louder.
Well, that was Would You Rather.
Ratings.
Would You Rather received a 5.7 out of 10 on IMDb, a 59% on Rotten Tomatoes, and a 2.6 out of 5 on Letterboxd. 76% of Google users liked this movie.
I'm giving this movie 60 tickets. It felt kind of slow to me in some points. Like I get that you want to show all the torture and da 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 da. But just coming off the heels of Saw, I was just like, oh, this is kind of slow. But I mean, it was okay. Would I watch it again? No. Did I hate it? No. But yeah, I give it 60 tickets.
Yeah. That sounds about right. 60 is what I was thinking of giving it. I was playing between 55 and 60, but I think 60 is appropriate for this film.
Well, I guess 3 is a magic number because I also give this a 60. I do like this movie, but obviously I'm just not crazy about it. It's nothing to really be crazy over. I think what it is I like seeing how people make decisions as humans when it comes to humans. Like, are you going to put yourself under torture, or are you going to subject somebody else to it to save your ass? Like, it's just
Sounds
interesting.
like your Lambrick.
No, because I'm not going to be putting people through it.
He
you ain't
liked
seen
he
the
liked it.
damn
He
you
liked
ain't
observing.
seen the show, so I can't say that because you ain't
He
seen the
liked
show.
observing
I mean, you're still
decision
being
process.
a voyeur, so
That's what I was gonna say, but I was about to say something else. But at this point, you can put 2 and 2 together. What I was gonna say, but yeah, I mean, but we all are. We watch the movie, and we watch these other movies that do the same thing. So I mean,
I accept no culpability in this matter.
Brittany.
Yes.
Despite what happens to the person, your favorite movie is American Mary. Quiet.
I accept no culpability in the
No.
matter.
Hush. Hush, man.
My comfort show is Jessica Jones.
Okay, you know what? We're gonna go straight to the souvenir shop on this one.
Thanks for riding. Before you go, take a detour into the souvenir shop.
I don't want anything from this movie.
I want an ice pick.
Actually, Brittany, I had the same thing. However, I want it to be a treat.
Oh no, you going to no. I want an actual ice pick because when you think of the one in
Why
this
do
movie,
you want weapons?
it came in handy.
Even though last week I did have a weapon because I said we need to protect ourselves with a little wrist blade.
Exactly. Even though you really went on me about last week's souvenir, but
that was wild.
I just want to say there's nothing wrong with the explosive jelly.
Yes, it is, Brittany. Just leave it alone. Anyway, because I even thought about like how the movie poster, and let's talk about this poster because we did this in a second. The movie poster is basically foreshadowing Lucas's challenge where he has to cut his eye. And I like that the eye, it's different versions of this poster, and the eye looks different. Like one, you can clearly tell it's a woman's eye. The other one, to be very honest, it looks like a doll eye. Like it damn near looked like some Pinocchio type-ish. But it makes me want to watch the movie because it's just like, why are we putting razors up to our eyeballs? Like, what the fuck? There's a movie. What movie is that? What movie is that? It's the movie where the girl has like little spikes on her eyelids, and if she blinks, it's a fucking wrap. Like, what movie is that?
You know, I don't know.
I do this every week. Cody's gonna tell me. Cody's been helping me for my moments where I've been like, what movie is that? And Cody be like, you're thinking about, and I'm like, this is why I love you, this is why we're besties. But you can see all other posters because a few have come out over the years and I have them stacked and ready to go. So once this episode drops, you can definitely see the rest of those posters on our Instagram. But other than that, so that was 3 out of 5 for this theme. Next week, we are going to be getting into Cry Wolf. That one I've seen streaming in a few places, so that was not going to be hard for you all to find.
Y'all can follow us on social media, and don't forget to interact with us. We love to hear y'all comments, so please, don't just give us the heart. Talk to us. We want to hear you. And you can find us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at D180 Podcast. And you know what? If you want exclusive content, don't forget to join our Patreon. It's only like $3. So really and truly, you have no reason not to be here. Come hear all of our exclusive content. Come spend special time with us. We want you to be here. Come ride the rides.
So we will see you next time in our second to last episode of the season. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry. First of all, we're about to be freaking 3. Like, what the heck? This is crazy. Well, anyway, 2 going on 3. But anyway, who likes math besides John A? We'll see you guys next time.
Bye, y'all.
Supremacy.
I'll see you soon.